Hey you guys, it's Britt. Tonight I'm here to de-influence you. I've made videos like this in the past, but I did have some new additions that I wanted to talk about. So if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so some of the things on this list are going to be repeats for sure. But if they're repeats, that probably means I feel really strongly about these choices. And I figured that I would de-influence you guys because I see de-influencing all over YouTube. And can you all hear Axel? He's just so rude. But I see it all over TikTok and YouTube and stuff. But I mentioned this before. The thing about de-influencing that a lot of people miss the mark on is that it's not a dupe. It's not, oh, well, don't buy this, buy that instead. It's, you don't need any of it, so you don't need to buy any of it, like save your money kind of thing. And so I think some people are confusing like what's dupes and buy this, not that, versus de-influencing and saying like this is nonsense, don't buy it. So that's what I want to do in this video. I have a list, and like I said, some of them might be repeats, just means that that's how I feel. And I know a few of these are things that I've not talked about before, but let's just start from the top. One of my biggest things that like grinds my gears, especially with the beauty community, are eyeshadow palettes. We went through this phase, I think it was back in like 2015 to 2017 especially. These really big, gigantic eyeshadow palettes were coming out. And Morphe was put on the map because they would come out with these gigantic eyeshadow palettes that had like 48 colors, and you would have a palette of 48 neutrals, 48 bright colors, 48 pinky purple colors, 48 blues. It's absolute madness. I would love to know if anyone bought one of those 48 pan palettes. Do you still have it? Do you still use it? How long did you keep it if you already decluttered it? Even though it's a good price, nobody needs 48 neutral eyeshadows. You're probably going to use anywhere from 4 to 10 maybe. And that's if you're literally doing an eye look every single day. I don't know, the big eyeshadow palettes and eyeshadow palettes in general have always been on my anti-haul list, but I would be okay if I never bought an eyeshadow palette for the rest of my life. I prefer singles. I like, like the shimmery eyeshadows that come in a pot. Much easier. I have a few that I cycle through and I'm really happy about it. So for me, eyeshadow palettes are just one of the things that are constantly coming out, constantly promoted and advertised as like the next best thing. But you don't need all of these eyeshadow palettes. Now, of course, if you're just buying them and you have the money to spend, like that's your thing. But I would say most people, even if they're wearing makeup every single day, nobody needs that many eyeshadows. Now, I just recently did a Q&A. I will link that down below, but I mentioned how I'm really over lip glosses, lipsticks, lip stains, all of these different lip products really overcomplicate the process for me. I am officially in the period of time where I'm good with just a lip balm. And to be honest, it's been that way for quite a while, but I don't need all of these different lip products. Half of them, they're going to expire before I can even properly use what I have. So I'm good with a lip balm. I have a couple of lip pencils that I will rotate through if I want to pair it with a lip liner, but I am good with a lip balm. Now, do I have too many lip balms? Yes, but it's also the only lip category that I really buy, like things that are new. A new lip balm will excite me before any lip gloss or lipstick, and I see these lip products coming out all the time, and I automatically just, it goes out of my head. No interest at all. Now, I've talked about this before, but nail polish. I no longer buy new nail polishes. I maybe have 8 or 9 that I will rotate through, and I'm good with that. Number one, nail polish is very expensive. Number two, I found that when I was buying new nail polishes, I would use it once or twice, and then it was kind of a color that I was just over and not really interested in. And I literally had a bag of probably 35 different nail polishes that I had used once or twice, was no longer interested in. So when we moved from our apartment to where we are now, I ended up decluttering many of them, and now I only have a few, and I'm very content. So nobody needs that much nail polish, my opinion. Next, let's talk about skincare fridges. Skincare fridges definitely had their moment a few years ago where you had to have a skincare fridge. If you had a vanity, what better product to put on the vanity than a baby pink or a mint green color skincare fridge so that you can put your hydrogel eye masks and your little sheet masks and your moisturizers and your toners and your little sprays, setting sprays in there. It was all the rage. Everybody had to have a skincare fridge. I am really proud of myself that I never bought one, because I was tempted quite a few times, but I was tempted because it was cute. And let's be honest, if there is a product that I want to put in the fridge, I'll just put it in our normal fridge. I don't need this small skincare fridge that is a whole contraption, when if I have 1 or 2 products that I want cold, I'll just put them in the normal fridge. I think it's completely ridiculous. I know a lot of people have them and like them, but it's completely unnecessary. Now, this one might be controversial, because I know that everybody's skincare routine is completely different, obviously, but nobody needs a complicated skincare routine. Nobody needs a 12-step skincare routine. Nobody needs to be putting that many different products on their face every single night. Simple skincare routine, from my personal experience, the simpler the better. And I'm less prone to breakouts, irritation, drying my skin out, having some kind of, weird reaction and not knowing which product is the culprit. So for me, having a really simple routine, getting on tretinoin, having a good face oil that won't clog my pores but will combat any dryness, having a good eye cream, SPF, that's pretty much all that you need. Very simple, easy to follow, easy to replenish products. When you're only focused on maybe 4 or 5 products that you use every single day, it's a lot easier to replenish those. I see people that have these 12-step skincare routines, and I'm sitting there like, you're going to have to replenish all of these products. I don't know. For me, I just kind of look at it as a big waste of money. I know that a lot of people like putting all those products on, but for me and my skin, I have seen better results with a simpler routine. Let's talk about Starbucks tumblers. Starbucks tumblers for me are kind of like the Stanley Cup, where they have a really specific following, where people have to have the newest Starbucks tumblers. Like every season that comes out, they go and buy every Starbucks tumbler. And number one, I'm like, where are you guys storing all of this stuff? Number two, it's not sustainable. It's expensive and it's not sustainable. Unless you're buying all of those for a video and then you're gifting them to friends and family, but I don't think that's what most people are doing. So the obsession with the Starbucks cups and having to have every single colorway, every single season, special launches, and doing all of that kind of stuff, I think it's completely unnecessary. 2 or 3 tumblers and you should be good unless you break one. I think it's ridiculous, but either way. Moving on, overpriced pajamas. Why do people spend $100 on their pajamas? Can somebody answer that? If you have expensive pajamas, can you tell me why? And if you do you have multiple sets? Because I might understand treating yourself for a birthday or, Christmas present, but I've literally seen people on TikTok, especially, where they have like 6 sets of pajamas that cost, $120 for each set. For me, I think it's ridiculous. I prefer to sleep in an old t-shirt and some shorts. Like I don't know. For me, that's just a habit that I see normalized. Like it is not normal to spend that much money on pajamas. That's how I feel. Two more things. The first one is a gratitude journal. Gratitude journals or gratitude notebooks are all of the hype. So many people, it's like, oh, if you want to change your life, you have to get a gratitude journal and write in it every single day. How about instead of spending money on an expensive gratitude journal, look online, find a template, figure out what kind of lists are in these gratitude journals, and write it in a notebook that you already have. People with these gratitude journals, it's like they'll have like 5 or 6 of these gratitude journals that they cycle through and write in every single day. I don't know. For me, I think it's really ridiculous. And once you get into these like niche type products, companies will capitalize on it where they'll have a notebook for $10, but they'll have a gratitude journal for $26. It's completely ridiculous. It's all marketing, money grabs, so you can pay companies more money for something that you literally already have at home. All you need to know is what's in the gratitude journal so that I can make a list and write it in this notebook that I already have sitting on my bookshelf. So last but certainly not least, let's talk about expensive phone cases. Now, I used to be guilty of having 5, 6, 7 different iPhone cases that I would put on rotation, colors, and then I would have a normal black one. And I never liked any of the ones with the pattern, but I was a sucker for neon yellow iPhone case, and then I would see the neon purple and then the neon green. So I kind of collect them. If you like phone cases, that's one thing, but what I'm talking about are expensive phone cases. I was interested in Casetify because I always see YouTubers and influencers doing sponsorships with Casetify. So out of my own curiosity, I went on their website to take a look and see what do they have? Why are all the girlies raving about Casetify? I went on there and they have cases for around $80. And I don't know about you guys, but I will not pay more than $20 for an iPhone case. There's absolutely no reason why I would spend that much money on an iPhone case. And if you want to say, oh, well, it's to protect your phone, there are good cases on so many other websites that will protect your phone as well. And if you have insurance on your phone and you needed to replace it, usually the deductible is $100. So you're going to pay, call it almost $90 for a phone case, but your iPhone deductible is $100 if you have to get it replaced. I don't know. For me, I just can't fathom dropping that much money on a damn iPhone case. I think it's silly and ridiculous. And I see so many influencers trying to normalize having 5 or 6 cases from Casetify that are in between $70 and $90 a pop. For me, I just think it's completely ridiculous. Let's not normalize, having an iPhone case collection worth $650. I think it's a little excessive, not sustainable, completely ridiculous, and that's just how I feel. I am going to also do a video very soon about things that are worth the investment, things that are worth the money spent on them, because I don't want to do it in this video because then I would be a hypocrite. This is de-influencing, but I will do a separate video on that because I do think that there are some things that I have bought personally that I feel like it was worth the money, it was worth the investment, and I'm very happy with said products, sometimes years down the road. So I think that will kind of give a different side of the conversation. But hopefully I de-influence maybe from a couple things. If not, that's okay too. But for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.